And we're live. Yay. Okay. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the YouTube channel and Facebook page for this beautiful presentation today. I'm excited to highlight a longtime experienced practitioner in the Salt Lake County area. This is Andrea Lain, and she's going to be teaching a little bit of information today for you who have been interested and curious about Reiki, foot zoning, and she's even a practitioner for emotion code. So without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to her.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning. This presentation will take about 20 minutes. And then what we'll do is open things up for discussion afterwards and whatever questions come up from the audience. So as we begin, this first slide is really about the people that I love supporting. Most of the women who find their way to me are carrying more than they realize, mentally, emotionally, energetically. They're the ones who hold everything together for everyone else, yet feel like their own inner world is stretched thin. They might describe themselves as easily overwhelmed, wound tight, or stuck in a loop of overthinking that never really gives their minds a chance to settle. Some are so used to pushing through that they barely remember what it feels like to feel grounded or steady in themselves. Others tell me they feel heavy inside, like old experiences, patterns, or emotions are sitting just beneath the surface and quietly weighing them down. And many are simply exhausted in that deep, invisible way where rest doesn't seem to reach the parts that need it most. So, my work is built for people in that space, people whose minds feel busy, whose hearts feel full, and whose bodies are giving little hints that they need attention. Everything I do is meant to help them soften, reconnect, and remember that calm is still available inside them, even if it's been hiding for a while. So, this slide is simply an invitation. You don't have to arrive perfectly centered or polished. You can show up exactly as you are with messy thoughts, tangled emotions, worn edges, and all. From here, the goal is to help you feel lighter, clearer, and more at home within yourself. And the rest of this presentation will show you some of the ways in which that can happen. Today, we're going to meet 6 different clients. These are fictional folks, but they are inspired by real situations I see all the time. Each one brings their own blend of challenges, so you can get a feel for how this work shows up in everyday life. From there, I'll introduce 6 healing approaches and share how each one supports the body, the mind, and the energetic layers so that we don't always notice, but we definitely feel. Then we'll match each client with the modality that will support them the most so you can see how all the pieces fit together in a practical, real-world way. Today, we're going to walk through 6 different modalities I use in my practice. You'll hear me talk about foot zoning, Reiki, the emotion code, the body code, the belief code, and polarity therapy. They each have their own flavor and their own way of supporting the body, the mind, and the energetic side of things. None of these are meant to diagnose or treat anything specific. They're more like gentle, supportive tools to help bring a little more balance, clarity, and harmony to your whole system. Think of them as different doorways into the same house, restoring you back to yourself. Now, I want to introduce you to 6 women who, in one way or another, represent patterns I see over and over again in real sessions. They are fictional, but their experiences are incredibly familiar. Melissa is what I call the worn thin caregiver. She's the one running on fumes, taking care of everyone else first, and her mind is basically a browser with 40 tabs open. Danielle is the tension holder. She carries her stress in all the classic places: shoulders creeping up toward her ears, a tight neck, a jaw that clenches even when she is relaxing. Rosa is the digestive spiral. Meals weigh her down both physically and emotionally because she's so used to swallowing her feelings instead of letting them move. Brianna is the energetic yo-yo. One day she's unstoppable, powering through everything on her to-do list, and the next day she is completely drained. Her energy feels a little all over the place. Lena is the heart-heavy thinker. She's thoughtful, deep, and also stuck in old emotional patterns she wishes she could finally clear. And finally, there's Talia, the curious self-improver, always leaning into growth, wanting more clarity, more alignment, more understanding of what's going on inside. A little later, we'll look at which modality would best support each of these women and why, so you can see how these approaches play out in real life. So let's start by talking about the modalities we'll be covering today, beginning with foot zoning. Foot zoning works with the idea that your feet are like a miniature map of your whole body. As I guide someone through the foot zone sequence, we are gently activating specific points that connect with different physical and emotional systems. People often tell me that afterwards they feel more grounded and balanced, sometimes even lighter, like something finally let go and their whole body can finally exhale. How is foot zoning different from reflexology? People often ask me this, and a simple way to think of it is that reflexology usually focuses on specific reflex points in the feet that correspond to particular organs or body systems. It's great for targeted relief, like easing tension, improving circulation, or supporting digestion. Foot zoning, though, is a full foot step-by-step approach. We move through all of the zones in sequence to support balance throughout the whole body, physically, energetically, and even emotionally. And while it's not a medical treatment, clients often notice feeling lighter, more relaxed, or with a sense of energy flowing more freely. The big difference? Reflexology zeroes in on individual points, while foot zoning works with the entire system. So what does a foot zone feel like? Most people feel things like gentle pressure, warmth, tingling, or a sense of release. Some people feel deeply relaxed, while others notice a subtle boost of energy. Is this like a foot massage? Not exactly. Even though it's done on the feet, it's not a massage in the traditional sense. The movements are directional and focused on specific points with an energetic purpose rather than just kneading the muscles. So what can foot zoning support? It can help you feel more grounded, bring your energy into balance, gain clarity, and reconnect with your body in a gentle, refreshing way. Reiki is all about gently guiding calm, healing energy into the body to help you relax and feel supported. It can ease stress patterns and encourages your body to move into a more restorative, balanced state. Many clients notice a gentle warmth or a tingling, and some even drift into a peaceful, meditative space during a session. Do I need to believe in Reiki for it to work? Not at all. Reiki isn't a belief system, it's an energy-based relaxation practice. Even if you're skeptical, it can still support your body and help you feel more at ease. Can Reiki help with stress? Absolutely. Reiki is wonderful for helping you unwind, quiet the mind, and soften that tight, tense, overstimulated feeling that we all get from time to time. Is Reiki hands-on? It can be either hands-on or hands-off, depending on what feels comfortable to you. How soon do people feel a difference after a session? Some people feel lighter, calmer, or more centered right away. Others notice more subtle shifts over the next few days as the energy integrates. The emotion code is all about helping release trapped emotions, those little energetic echoes from stressful or overwhelming moments in life. When these emotions get stuck, they can subtly influence how we react, feel, or respond to situations today. So, what are trapped emotions? Trapped emotions are like little emotional imprints that didn't fully process when they originally happened. They can linger energetically and affect how we feel or respond today. And how are they released? We identify them and use simple energetic techniques to gently release their influence, helping you feel lighter and freer. Do people need to talk about past events in detail? Not at all. You don't need to dive deep into the story. The process works on the energy itself, not the narrative. So, what changes after releasing emotions? Many people notice feeling lighter, clearer, and more aligned, as if a weight has been lifted and there's more space to breathe. The body code is all about noticing the areas where your body, mind, and subtle systems may be out of balance or carrying old patterns. It looks beyond just emotions to explore the full picture: physical tension, misalignments, nutrition, lifestyle patterns, and even subconscious beliefs that can quietly influence how you feel on a day-to-day basis. Once these areas are identified, we gently work to release or realign them, helping your body, mind, and overall vitality feel more in flow. Many clients notice a sense of lightness, renewed clarity, and a natural lift in how they feel, as if a little weight has been taken off and they can breathe easier. It's a holistic approach to supporting clarity and balance without focusing on any medical specifics. So, what does this method actually look for? The body code uncovers patterns that may be subtly influencing how you feel. This can include emotional blocks, tension stored in your body, misaligned systems, areas lacking fluidity, nutritional gaps, or limiting subconscious belief patterns. Think of it as shining a gentle light on what's keeping your body and mind from moving freely so we can guide things back to harmony. How is this different from the emotion code? The emotion code is focused specifically on trapped emotional patterns. The body code looks at the bigger picture. It considers emotions, structural alignment, nutrition, physical patterns, and even limiting beliefs. It's like moving from examining a single thread in a tapestry to seeing the whole design and noticing where adjustments can be made to help the entire system feel more balanced. Is this diagnostic? Not at all. The body code isn't about diagnosing anything or treating a condition. It's about observing patterns, noticing where things might be off, and helping the body, mind, and subtle energy systems return to a state of harmony. So, what do people feel afterwards? Many clients notice a sense of reset and realignment. You might feel lighter, more centered, and in greater tune with your body and mind. Often there's a sense that things are flowing more freely and naturally, and that you have more clarity and presence in your day-to-day life. When we use the body code, we're basically checking in with all the different corners of your system to see what's ready for a little extra support. We look at emotions, those old patterns that sometimes hang around longer than we'd like. We take a peek at structural alignment, noticing where the body might be holding tension or is out of balance. We also consider nutrition and habits that could help your body feel more supported. And there's a gentle check for subtle toxins that might be creating strain without us realizing it. Another piece is subconscious beliefs, the stories we carry that can quietly limit what we feel is possible. Finally, we tune into energy flow, noticing where things might be blocked or just a little out of rhythm. It's like giving your whole system a mindful once over, helping everything move more smoothly so you feel grounded, aligned, and naturally energized. The belief code focuses on the subconscious beliefs that quietly shape how we think, feel, and show up in life. Often we carry ideas we picked up from family, culture, or even past experiences, beliefs that may no longer match who we are today. This work helps bring those hidden patterns into awareness so you can release what no longer serves you and step into a more empowered version of yourself. So, what kinds of beliefs can this help shift? It can address anything from feelings of I'm not supported to things always have to be hard, or any old thought patterns that no longer serve you. Do clients need to know what the belief is beforehand? Not at all. The process helps uncover it naturally as we go, so you don't need to have it figured out ahead of time. Is this talk therapy? It's a little different. Instead of analyzing the story, we're working directly with the subconscious to release what's holding you back. How do people feel afterwards? Most notice feeling more open, clear, and emotionally spacious, like there's more room to breathe and move forward. Polarity therapy works with the body's natural energy currents, similar to the way positive and negative poles balance each other. By gently working with these energetic pathways, it helps release tension, dissolve stuck patterns, and encourage a smoother flow of energy throughout the body. People often notice a sense of deep grounding, relaxation, and renewed vitality, as if their energy has room to move freely again. This is similar to Reiki. They're kind of like cousins, related but not the same. Reiki channels energy into the body, while polarity therapy works more directly with the body's energy currents through gentle touch and light movements to help release stuck patterns. What does a session feel like? Most people describe it as calming, deeply grounding, and physically releasing, like tension is slowly melting away. Does it involve stretching or movement? Yes, but it's very gentle. There's guided, light movement and soft holds that help the energy shift naturally. Who benefits most from this? Anyone carrying physical tension, feeling overstimulated, or needing grounding. They often notice a big shift in how their body and energy feel afterward. So let's take another look at our 6 clients and which modality might support them best. Melissa, who's constantly running on fumes and has a racing mind, would really benefit from Reiki. It's gentle, calming, and helps the body and mind unwind. Danielle, carrying tension in her shoulders and jaw and easily feeling overstimulated, could find a lot of relief with polarity therapy, which helps release those stuck energetic patterns physically and energetically. Rosa, who sometimes feels heavy after meals and tends to push emotions down, would pair beautifully with foot zoning. This approach supports digestive flow while helping her feel more grounded and balanced emotionally. Next up, Brianna, who swings between bursts of energy and complete exhaustion, would connect beautifully with the emotion code. It helps smooth out those emotional ups and downs and brings a steadier sense of flow and ease. Lena, holding on to old patterns and emotional stories, would benefit most from the belief code. This work gently uncovers subconscious beliefs and helps release what's no longer serving her, creating space for clarity and fresh perspective. And finally, Talia, always curious and seeking alignment, is a natural fit for the body code. It supports the whole system, body, mind, and energy, helping her feel grounded, balanced, and ready to move forward with clarity. So each of the modalities we explored today really offers its own doorway back into balance. Some are deeply relaxing, some help you let go of emotional weight, and some bring clarity when life feels tangled or heavy or overwhelming. And the beautiful part, there isn't just one right path. You get to choose the approach that feels most aligned with where you are right now. If you're feeling drawn to work with me, I offer one-on-one sessions in the modalities that I'm currently certified in. And for anyone curious about the belief code or polarity therapy, I'm still finishing my certification for those 2 modalities. So I'm offering free demo sessions while I complete my training. So reach out to me if you're interested in that. So whether you're feeling stretched thin, craving a bit more calm, or just looking for some support as you navigate life's ups and downs, I'd love to connect with you and help you find the approach that works best. So thanks for hanging out with me today, and I appreciate you guys being here and sharing the space with me. I'll turn it over to Tammy with any Q&As that come through.
Hey, thank you so much. That was a beautiful explanation, and with further information, I want to say thank you so much for that. And you definitely have some of your clients that are watching right now that are getting some great information. They've shared some very kind words as well. Fuzzy Joy Momo says, I am so excited to be here. Sherry Lan says, glad to be here. She says she absolutely loves your sessions. I felt really great after the sessions with her.
Oh, I have my little fan club.
Yeah, you definitely do. Terry Russell, 8810, she said, I've had Andrea work on me with foot zoning, Reiki, body, and emotion code. I love her. So anyway, I just wanted to share those kind words that came through. It's always nice to see those kind of things and feel appreciated for the work that you do. So wanted to pass that on. I do have a few questions that came
All
in. I wanted
right.
to share those.
Let's go for it.
The first one is, how often would you recommend to the different types of clients that you have? So we went through these particular cases, and what would you recommend for them?
Oh, as far as the modalities or
So you had the fictional clients, right?
clients?
The case studies. So like somebody who's like feeling really overworked, Melissa, right? Like the caregiver, how often would you say she should get a session with that particular modality?
Oh, gotcha. I see. So I actually have some regular repeat clients that come to me for stress, overwhelm, tension. Um, and they find that generally monthly sessions are helpful. So around the same frequency that one would go get a massage, once a month is nice. Just kind of keeps the body and energy systems tuned up in alignment. And that really goes for foot zoning as well. With the body code, belief code, and emotion code, there's a certain processing load that the subconscious and energy body needs to go through after a session, because as we identify and clear imbalances in those modalities, the body actually has to go through and process everything that we identified and cleared. So with those, we don't want to stack the sessions too close together. Those need to be spaced out at least a couple weeks between sessions. So you wouldn't do emotion code, body code, belief code within like a few days of each other. With Reiki, that's a little bit different. I mean, somebody, if they wanted to, could get a Reiki session every week, and that's not going to overwhelm their system, because the Reiki is channeling a healing energy into the body for the body to use that energy for whatever it sees fit, whether that's healing something physical or emotional release. But it's more of a gentle process. So it could happen more frequently. With some of the other modalities like body code and emotion code, you do want to space them out more so that you don't get energetically overloaded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good. Okay, a couple more questions that are coming in. How do you restore your own energies when you are always giving your own energy to others? I think it just means like in general, right?
Oh, I totally understand. Yes. So I struggled with that a little bit when I first got started with my business. Um, I was in give mode too much, and I ended up feeling quite depleted. And so sometimes you have to figure that out the hard way sometimes. But what I found is daily yoga practice, a daily mindfulness meditation, uh, reading a good book. Joe Dispenza, he has amazing books. I love his books, so I'll just sit down with the Joe Dispenza book. Um, just anything that I can do to help me unplug from work mode. And when you own your own business, it's easy to be in work mode 24/7.
Yes, it is.
Yes, you know this, Tammy.
Like it's true.
So we have to find ways to like carve out self-care. And when we're first starting out, we just want to hit the pavement running and just work and get it all done. And then you kind of realize after about 3 months of that that that's not sustainable. And if you want to show up well for your clients and show up as your best self in sessions and really be able to hold space for whatever that person is coming in with, you have to be rested. You have to have enough sleep. Your mind has to have rest uh, between clients, and you have to have days off. So
Absolutely.
for me, a good yoga practice is key. That's really, really helpful. Yeah.
That's really good. That's
Yeah.
awesome. And yoga doesn't have to be so intimidating like people think, even I can do yoga. So
Yeah, you don't have to be super flexible. I recommend yoga to clients all the time. And, there's lots of different styles. There's yin yoga. There's the more there's a vinyasa yoga where you're pairing breath to each movement. That's going to be a little more cardiovascular. But yin yoga, if you look that up on YouTube, that's very restorative and calming to the nervous system. It really helps the fascia and connective tissue. So I highly recommend that if someone feels like their nervous system's overstimulated. Yin yoga is amazing for that.
That's awesome. Very, very cool. Well, okay, the next one I'm going to go ahead and read to you. It says, the foot zoning was really helpful for me. I have multiple sclerosis and my feet have been losing feeling along with everything else that is beneficial from the foot zone. And so she said she finds that that helps her to be able to feel her feet and her legs better afterwards from reconnecting those pathways in the brain. I think that's amazing because I do know some people who've had multiple sclerosis. My 6th grade teacher actually in elementary, and she did end up losing her ability to even walk and see. I mean, that's great that you found something that's helpful. And
Yeah.
relaxing your body can be such a big deal, right?
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. I have had a couple of clients with the MS is one, neuropathy, like diabetic neuropathy. Had an older gentleman who was struggling with that. And after one foot zone, now this is not a cure, but it definitely helped him for a couple of weeks after get more feeling back into his feet and help lessen that the sensation of neuropathy. And there's other supporting things. He was also a master herbalist, so he was taking some herbs and supplements for that too. But foot zoning is a great adjunct to other supporting modalities for managing that.
That's awesome. So, yeah, she says, I think mindfulness is so important, just like little moments of mindfulness throughout the day to help you re-energize too. Yeah, these are all great, great tips. Thank you so much. Okay, a couple more that I have written down. Where are you located? If somebody wants to schedule an in-person foot zone with you, how do they do that? Where are you?
Yeah, so I'm here in West Jordan, Utah. So that's about 25 minutes from the Salt Lake area. And there will be links to my website and my Calendly scheduling software that will be available probably in the description below these videos. So you can go there. And then also, let me go back to that slide at the end. You can scan that QR code that goes to my website. My business phone number is on this slide as well. And then my website's written down there. So those are different ways you can contact me. And if anyone is interested, like I mentioned in the presentation, in the belief code or polarity therapy, text me at the number here and I can add you to my practice client list. Because starting in January, I will be concurrently doing both of those certifications, and they're both about 6 months long. So I will be needing a handful of clients to do my clinicals on, my practices on. So if anyone wants that and they're willing to either come here physically for the polarity therapy or with the belief code, that can be done at a distance. They don't have to drive here. So I should mention that with the emotion code, body code, and belief code, those are all done at a distance. So someone doesn't actually have to come here. It can be done fully remote.
That's awesome. And can you explain that just briefly for someone who may be not familiar with that?
Yeah. So it's similar to like how distance Reiki works. And a lot of people have heard about Reiki at this point. Distance Reiki is where you send that energy remotely to the client. These modalities of emotion code, body code, and belief code work similarly. You are connecting to the client who could be in another state. And I have done sessions on people in another state. All that's needed is the person's consent for the session. So we always need permission before we make the connection because we're connecting energetically with intention to the client's subconscious mind. And so we always want permission for that. Then they consciously know that the session will happen, and then they can be more open to the energy work. And then so after I make the connection, then I use muscle testing via proxy connection. And muscle testing is just a form of applied kinesiology. You can look on YouTube for muscle testing examples. There's a lot of different videos out there on it. But I use muscle testing to get the yes and no responses once I make the connection to the client for these sessions to see what it is we need to clear. Because it's not having a conscious dialogue with the person, it's talking to their subconscious with feedback through muscle testing.
That's awesome.
That's how that works. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for going ahead and going into more details about that. That's very helpful.
Yeah.
Um, and the next question was, can they work with you remotely? So there's that.
Definitely. Yep. Depending on the modality, I would say the foot zone is the only one. Well, and the polarity therapy, they would need to be here. That's more of hands-on body work.
Mhm.
Reiki can be done at a distance. I prefer to do my Reiki sessions in person.
Mhm.
If someone really wants distance Reiki, reach out to me. I can connect you with my teacher, who is also here in West Jordan. He's an amazing Reiki practitioner of like 20 years. He does a lot of distance sessions, so I can connect you if that's something somebody wants.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Terry says, I'm always blown away how effective the remote sessions really are. And yeah, that's really cool. So I went ahead and I put the phone number as well up on in the comments. So, and it's also up on the screen so you guys can see that there. So it's really easy for you. Um,
Awesome.
Charlanne says, I had a remote session too, and I actually could feel the energy. I thought and wasn't expecting to feel anything, but I laid down and was meditating on my side, trying to connect with Andrea, and it worked. I love that.
Yeah, it was interesting when I talked to Cheryl about, we talked after the session, and clients don't necessarily need to be in a meditative space, but it is helpful. So if somebody could just be doing chores, they could be going about their day, and the session can still work. But Cheryl wanted to be very much in tune with what was happening. And I remember we talked after, and she said that when I was doing the clearing process for these things that were coming up during the session, I actually use a magnet over the governing meridian line that runs from the upper lip all the way down the back of the neck. I use a magnet over that to clear the energy blockages that come up during the session. And she could actually feel
That's,
something going on over her head, which was
yeah.
pretty fascinating.
I love
So,
that. Yeah,
yeah,
based off of like people's sensitivity or you know what I mean, where they are and things like
yeah.
that. I love hearing that. So tell us a little bit about how you got started doing this. What led you to do the type of work that you're in?
Well, it actually started out the first 18 years of my work career life. So basically from like 1999, 18 years going forward, I was in the tech field. So I was a systems admin, tech support, so various different jobs in the tech sector. And I burned out on that. There was a nice long run in that career path, but I burned out on it. I felt like my soul was needing something that just I wasn't getting from corporate America, and I was depressed. I had been taking antidepressant medications at the time. I just felt like something was really missing from my life. I was pretty miserable. The money was good, and I was miserable. So I quit that entire field, and I took a little bit of a hiatus for a little bit, just trying to figure out what I was going to do. And I started, so my first step into the health and wellness sphere was about 4 years. I worked at Good Earth Markets, which is a little local health food store here in Utah. I
Mhm.
was in there, I was a wellness consultant in their supplements department. So I learned a lot about herbs and supplements. Um, but it's still, working for someone else. It's a retail environment. It has its drawbacks. But that was my first step toward this. And then I thought, I want to take that knowledge that I learned while I was working at that job and create my own business. So I got certified in foot zoning, got certified in Reiki and the emotion code, body code, and just started adding these other modalities. So I have a more extensive menu. And it's been hard, starting a business, but it's been a lot more rewarding in a way that I never had. I never had a single day in corporate America where I felt like I do with some of my clients, where they really feel a huge shift after a session, and that is so internally and intrinsically rewarding.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's worth the hurdles and all the things that you have to go through when you're starting out, as an entrepreneur. It's really worth it. So it kind of makes me excited to get up in the morning and see what each day is going to bring, and who I'm going to be able to meet that day, and who's going to walk through the door here. And uh, so that's how I got started.
That's awesome. I love hearing that. Does anybody else have any other questions as well? Feel free to drop them in the chat. If you're watching, you can ask whatever you want. So that's awesome. I want to say that when I very first found out about foot zoning myself, I had been depressed and I didn't know it at the time, but I really did feel a lot more balanced and a lot more peaceful and a lot calmer. And I'm just so grateful, honestly, that I know about foot zoning. My grandmother was a nurse for 40 years, and when she retired, she learned reflexology. So I grew up having my feet rubbed, and a foot massage is a good thing, right? Like it feels very good, but a foot zone is different from that. And so I love the modalities that you do. I've also felt really drawn to them, and I can, say myself how much they've helped me personally, but also I'm just so grateful for the practitioners out there who really have sacrificed to learn how to do it. But it's like your soul feels led to it, and
Yeah.
the way that you get to help other people, there's nothing else like it,
Yeah.
and like feet don't gross me out at all, like I love it, like what are your thoughts on how somebody can prepare for a foot zone? What are some tips that you might have
Oh, I would just say, I've worked on a lot of feet at this point, and people will get, self-conscious about their feet, and it's really no big deal. I would just say, uh, you know, try to come with like clean feet. But even if someone's coming right after work, which that happens sometimes, I have, foot wipes here I use. It's really not a big deal. I don't get grossed out by it. I guess that probably people that do just wouldn't be in this line of work. It's just
there?
another part of the body, and the feet do so much for us. They deserve some TLC,
Yeah.
So I'm happy to provide that service to folks, and it's really fascinating to see what can be picked up that's going on in the body or emotionally through the foot
Yeah.
zone. That's another thing about foot zoning that I think is a little different from reflexology is foot zoning does take care of the emotional, energetic aspects of the person as well. It's not just let's support your digestive system and let's support your liver. We can do all that in the foot zone, but we can also help balance the auric field or foot zone signals for shielding, protecting the energy body, for balancing the energy body. There's signals like tiny signals on the bottom of the big toe for the brain,
Mhm.
for calming down like a heightened amygdala response, signals for the pituitary and pineal glands so it can help sleep. It's really fascinating.
I love it. I know I geek out on the science of it too. It's so fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, sure. Is her name Cheryl? Cheryl, I'm sorry if I've been saying your name wrong. She says, drink plenty of water, I would say. I think staying hydrated is definitely a good one for sure. Uh,
Yes, it's important. Yeah.
yeah, sorry. It's hard to tell if by people's, their tagline there. So yeah, no, I really appreciate your comments. This has been really good. She said, I had no idea how many little nodes there are in your feet. And then when she activates them, you just feel so light afterward and rested. That's
Mm.
amazing. Yeah, I love that too. So good. All right. So you're found in what city was it one more time?
So West Jordan. So yeah, West Jordan is about 20-25 minutes from Salt Lake City.
Okay, perfect. That's
Yeah.
awesome. All right. And then is there anything else that you'd like to close with today? Any other last comments or suggestions or closing
I
thoughts?
I think that I covered pretty much everything. I'm just really grateful for everyone who's on live and all the supporting comments and a few of my clients that are on, and my
Awesome.
mom. Love you, mom.
Awesome.
So I'm happy that everyone's on here supporting me. Really appreciate it. And
Yeah,
thank
that's
you very much for having me on your platform, Tammy. I really appreciate that as well. It's been an honor.
absolutely. Thank you. Same. I feel like it's been a big honor as well for me. And somebody said, I feel like I could literally I identify with all of the fictional characters, that you put for the case studies. And I was like, oh, I identify with that one. Oh yeah, I need that one. So I like don't wait until you're in that point, right? Just do these maintenance,
Yeah,
beautiful
that's
self-care.
that's
You
a
don't
good
have to
point.
wait till you're in that position. You can just
Yeah,
start now. Even if you're feeling good, you can go in and take
yeah.
care of yourself,
Just
right?
just maintain homeostasis, maintain a good energy level. That's right. That's a really good point, Tammy. We don't want to wait until we're in crisis.
Mhm.
Uh, I do get a lot of people that come here that have hit that, and then it can take more sessions
Yeah.
to get them back to a healthy baseline. If someone is coming just for maintenance, because you can come get a foot zone or a Reiki session, you can be feeling generally good with everything in your life. It's just going to help your body to continue to hum along and your energy systems to be strong. So yeah, don't wait till you're in crisis.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so one more question came in. For the holidays, do you have gift cards available or a way of gifting people sessions for Christmas? Should we have them reach out to you directly? There is
Yeah,
the Calendly
I
link. Have that?
yeah. So I would actually for that, they can text me at that number on the screen here. I actually have some very nice professional looking gift cards made up here. So
Nice.
that way they could gift someone an actual physical card, and we just write the service on there. Um, so we could do that.
That's wonderful. And I'll
Yeah.
put that website up one more time as well here. And then also the opportunity that Andrea is giving people to do a limited number of sessions as she is completely getting her certification for the body code, the emotion code, and the belief code. So there's that number one more time for you. If you've just joined us, feel free to go ahead and connect with her. And do you prefer text? Is that okay?
Text is fine. And just a quick correction, the emotion code and body code, I'm actually already certified in.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you.
So the free sessions would be for belief code. Those are the ones I need some practice clients for. And then if someone wants a little quick body code 20-minute demo, we can work that out. I have found though that I've given away a lot of free sessions in the past, and it does it can be a little much sometimes. So I have to kind of limit how many freebies I give. But if someone really wants a 20-minute quickie body code, I can do that over Zoom. So
Okay, thank you so much. I'm gonna put
yeah,
that website up there one more time, heart and then soul, like the soles of your feet,
yeah.
and then awakening.com. And thank you again, Andrea, for your time today and your support of helping so many people. I really appreciate you.
Thanks, Tammy.
Okay, thank you, and we'll see you guys next time. Appreciate you so